Alright, good evening. Yep, I decided to go live late tonight. Yeah, I know it's kind of late, but there's a reason why I decided to go live tonight of this game here. Yeah, so welcome back to this amazing game, my favorite PC game, Steam game of all time. Yep, because I play it the most. Hello, Landon. And you change your profile picture again. It's like you change it every day. Why do you change it so much? You're like the only one that I know that does that, but and you always got that long name. You think my username's long? Yours is a lot longer. But anyway, that's what you do? Okay then. What about your Steam profile pic? Let's see. Sometimes you change that too. Oh, there you are. What is that? Is that a fox? It looks like a fox picture. So anyway, that's right. Back to this game here. So let's see if I missed any news. How long has it been since the last episode? Let's see. Last time I streamed this was 13 days ago, so I guess it was November 5th. So let's see if I missed any news. Let's see here. Alright. I think Kansas, the state of Kansas is the next DLC to come out for the map. Yep, the last episode I did was the Halloween event, and that event just ended a couple of days ago. So, yep, they brought that back for the second time, and I assume they'll also bring back the Christmas Reflections event next month. And if they do, I think I'm gonna try and do it, complete it before Christmas Day. But actually, it'll have to be before Christmas Eve, because Christmas Eve is when I track Santa. So yeah, December 23rd will have to be the latest date if I'm really gonna try and complete it before Christmas, the Christmas Reflections event of American Truck Simulator. So yeah, next month, yep, December, that's always a big month for this channel. Alright, so looks like the state of Kansas is next, and I think after that it's Nebraska, and they've already announced Arkansas as the state after that. Hello, Show Speed 1999. I've never seen you here before. Huh. Hello there. You said, uh-oh, Stinky? Who's Stinky? Am I Stinky? I don't know. Oh, well, look, the latest news is Kansas has released their date reveal. Let's take a look at this. The DLC for Kansas. Wait. let's see here. It says there's no place like Kansas, and the same rings true in American Truck Simulator. Mark your calendars and get ready to hit the virtual roads because we are excited to announce that the Kansas DLC for American Truck Simulator will be released on November 30th. Wow, that's coming up soon. What date is that? What? That's on a Thursday. Wow. I wonder if they're gonna have a Kansas event on World of Trucks, because the last state that came out was Oklahoma, and they had a Oklahoma event. Basically, I had to deliver to 10 different cities in Oklahoma, which is all of them. I think they'll do the same thing for Kansas. Well, that's coming up really soon. All right, I like this. I like this picture right here. That looks awesome. So the state of Kansas is in the middle of the country. Wow. It's coming up sooner than I thought. I didn't thought it would come before the end of the year, but it is. It really is. It would be awesome if Louisiana is after Arkansas, because that's the state that I live in. Update wish list error. That's okay. Well, I'll be sure to get this DLC whenever I see it that's released out. Okay. Okay. I Show Speed 1999 says, "Uh-oh, stinky poop, haha. Poopy funny." What? Okay. That's random. That's a random thing to say. Alright, y'all. Yeah, I know I'm streaming this late, but this stream won't be like super long. Maybe a few hours. Maybe 2 to 3 hours. So, Landon says he lives in Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know you live in Arizona, but I didn't know what city. Oh, wow. So I assume you explored a lot of the state in this game, right? Arizona, the desert. In Arizona, they're now in mountain time, right? Mountain time zone, because after daylight savings came, your state doesn't change the clocks 1 hour back. So in the spring and summer, you're in the Pacific time. Wow. That is weird. That state, Arizona, doesn't change their clocks, but pretty much all the other states do, for whatever reason. Well, anyway, so what is this episode going to be about? Well, first of all, you're probably wondering, why is there no face cam on? Well, I decided to not have face cam on tonight because today is actually a special day for those of you that watch some of the other episodes, the live streams. Sometimes I would play my favorite podcast while I'm playing this game, like pretending it's my radio, and I would play my favorite shows, my favorite sports talk shows, and one of them, it's one of my favorites is the Michael Kay Show. It's a New York sports talk show, and I started to listen to it permanently. I started doing that the Friday after the Super Bowl this year, and I did that all spring and all summer and a little bit of the fall season, and then I stopped. I stopped like a month ago, over a month ago, because I kind of want to take a break from listening to that show. Not because I don't like it anymore. It's just, I kind of like it better. I kind of like it more in the summer, in the spring. In the fall season they talk a lot of the NFL football league. I'm not a big fan of the National Football League. For those of you that been watching me for many years, you probably already know that. So, but I'm a big fan of the CFL, the Canadian Football League, and tomorrow is their Super Bowl. It's called the Grey Cup. Yeah, I will be watching that. So I know that sounds weird because I live nowhere near Canada, but that's what I like to watch in the summer. So, yep, their season, one more game tomorrow, and that'll be the end of their season. So, but anyway, sometimes I would play. Yeah, like the last two episodes when I did the Halloween event, I was playing the Michael K show. I was playing old videos from the past, but y'all couldn't see the videos. You can only hear it's only the audio that you can hear. And here's the best part about that show. It's actually not copyrighted. Yeah, because I actually uploaded a few videos from that show. I did one from just the audio and one with the picture and the audio. And you know how YouTube checks for copyright? Well, those videos have no copyright claims, nothing. So I published them. And there's this YouTube channel that actually live streams the show on television. So, Landon has sent me a message. I completely forgot about, you can message people. A very noisy fan. Is this your fan? Oh no, this is someone else's fan. At first, when you said very noisy fan, I thought you can actually hear my fan in the background. Not my ceiling fan. I have a ceiling fan, but it doesn't work anymore. So I use like an actual fan. Anyway. So yeah, and today is the 21st anniversary of the Michael K show. Yeah, it really is. You sold that fan? Did you really? Wow. That's cool. But yeah, today's the 21st anniversary of that show. It started in 2002. Oh, you replaced it with a new one. Oh, so I guess you wanted to do that because you had the previous fan wasn't working well anymore. Is that why? Or did something break? I did a video of my fan, or it wasn't the fan, it was the light. It was the light. It was the light bulb. Well, it's not the light bulb, it's the thing that covers the light bulb. I don't know what that's called. But I did a video of that. Just if you want to see that, just maybe I can send you the link if you want. So anyway, yep, today's the 21st anniversary of the Michael K show, and I'm going to be playing more of the best moments from that show. I made a private playlist of, from the past. I would add videos to that playlist, and then I would just, and I'm going to play some of those. I did that the last two episodes, and I'm going to resume that tonight. Here Your new fan is a Hampton Bay Farmington from Home Depot. Huh. Wow, this fan? That's a very fancy looking fan. We have an outdoor ceiling fan, the porch, and the leaves, the blades are basically giant leaves, brown leaves. It's kind of cool, but there's no light bulb. It's just a fan. That's not the fan in the video. Oh. Is this even your video? Oh, it's another one. Okay. Hold on, your profile picture looks like that other person's profile picture in the chat. Is that you? Is that like someone you know? Well, anyway, back to what I was saying. No. So who is that then? How come that person has a similar profile picture than on your... Oh. Well, that makes sense. It's your brother. Alright. Yeah, I've never seen him before. Well, Landon, I remember, I think it was like a few months ago where you invited me to this group chat on Steam. And you kept you sent me some of those Quagmire stuff, the giggity goo stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Quagmire was your profile picture at the time. Oh, hi Kitty Cutie, how you doing? I saw you comment on my channel update video. That's right, I did a channel update video the other day, so if y'all want to check that out, it's me talking about what y'all are going to be seeing for the rest of the year. Stuff like that. Oh. That's your fan. Oh, you have 5 blades. That fan has 5 blades. My fan has 4. So I guess your ceiling fan is much bigger. That's probably why there's 5 blades. Oh wait, there's no light. You don't have a light on that fan. We have a fan in our living room and that doesn't have a light either. I guess, yeah, some fans have lights, some of them don't. Oh, so you can, so you can install a light in it. All right. From Home Depot, a Hampton Bay Farmington. Okay. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna play some of this game while listening to more of the best moments from the Michael K show, because that is one of my favorites to listen to, even though I'm currently not listening to it much because it's kind of like I guess my off season. Oh hey, I see you message me on here, Kitty Cutie. Your real name is Almendra Estrada. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna resume that playlist. Yeah, the last stream of this game, I was finishing the Halloween event, and the stream stopped on its own. The stream stopped on its own, so I decided not to do another stream because I was about to finish with that delivery. But yeah, I got it done. So let's hope we won't have any issues tonight. But even if we do, if the stream stops on its own, it's not much of a big deal because I'm starting this late anyways. So, all right. And next year, the Michael K show on February 3rd next year will be its 10th anniversary on television. Yeah. So yeah, like the first 11 years, it was only on radio, and then the past 9.5 years, it's been on television, the Yes Network. And yes, I do have the Yes Network. Yep. So anyway, I'm gonna play more from that playlist. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna mute my mic. That's why there's no face cam on tonight. And that show is only on weekdays, so they couldn't really do like a celebration this year because their anniversary is on a Saturday this year. So yeah. I think that's all I gotta say. So yeah, once I start playing, I have the chat on my phone, so I'll do my best. If y'all have anything to say or questions in the chat, go ahead, and I'll do my best to respond back to you by typing my message in. And sometimes you'll have to be a little bit patient, all right? Because I don't want to pause the game so much while I'm typing in the chat. Oh, you're going to bed early? All right. Okay, Landon. You have a good night. Kitty Cutie says I'm turning 17 years old. Yes, I remember that. Hi, William. Oh, you messaged me on Instagram? Oh, okay. I'll look at that later. Alright guys, so I'm gonna start. I think that's all I gotta say here. So yeah, this stream won't be super long. It'll be like maybe 2 hours or so. Yeah. And yeah. Oh, you're getting tired, Landon? Alright. I stayed up all night last night. So. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I forgot, William. Yeah, you are. Oh, you are leaving vacation tomorrow. Okay. So you're gonna be there for like, you said like a week, right? 8 days or so? Alright. Kitty Cutie is tired, and Landon. Alright, so you two have a great night. Okay, William says, yeah, like about a week until I go on the cruise ship. Oh. So you're going to be on vacation for a week and then you go on the cruise ship? So what, do you know what day you're coming back? So this is like, you're doing this during Thanksgiving week, right? All right, William, you have a great night and a fun and safe vacation. Yes. They're going on a... Okay, William says they're going to cruise ship for vacation. Going in tomorrow. Alright. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're ready to go. Awesome. Kitty Cutie says, I'm gonna be on a pool party on December. Wow, a pool party on December? That's kind of weird. Unless if you live in Florida, I guess. It's probably not that bad. But unless if it's an indoor pool, I guess. Oh, Landon messaged me. Oh, I already saw that. Okay. Anyway. Alright, William, you have a fun and safe vacation, and let me know how it goes. How it went. Whenever, I guess. Yep. And, yeah, we can talk about it one of these days. Alright, so I guess I'm ready to start playing. So let me get to the game first, and then I'll start playing the videos. But again, you're not going to see the video, you can only hear the audio. I'm going to turn on my fan, because for some reason it's 83 degrees in my room, which is ridiculous. Plug these up in the fridge. I'm sure y'all can hear that in the background, so. Alright, so I'm going to upgrade my garage, because yes, I did say after I complete the Halloween event, I'm going to upgrade my garage, even though I didn't do that after I finished it because the stream stopped on its own. So yeah, I changed my truck paint job to just plain black, something simple. And yes, the Halloween background is gone, so we're back to the garage theme. But hey, when they bring back the Christmas Reflections event, they will change it to the Christmas theme again. Yeah. Alright, so let's, I guess we'll upgrade the garage, which is $180,000. Here we go. We're finally upgrading this garage. Yep, because I bought this garage, or no, I bought my truck a little over a year ago, so yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is it. This is it. It's the same garage, but it has 3 slots, so I can buy 2 more trucks if I want. Maybe I'll do that in the future. Alright, well there we go. it's a big garage. That's right. And I can upgrade it again for 2 extra slots for another 100,000. I can easily do that. All right. Well. Let's see here. Let me click on drive. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not at my garage. Okay. I already upgrade my truck. Alright. So I'm gonna... Alright, it's already... I don't need the rest, so... You know what, it's dark, so it's gonna be hard to see the garage anyway, so we don't have to... I don't have to drive there, I guess. So... what are we gonna do then? I guess we'll just play for fun, really. Like I said, this stream won't be super long. The only thing I haven't done yet, one of the only things I haven't done yet is taking a loan from the bank, so I can just show you what that does. So you can do, it gives you loan offers. You can do $10,000 for 362 a day, $50,000 for 1,207 a day, $100,000 for 1,814 a day, and 400,000 for 5,788 today. I've never done this before, but I'll just do it just to show you what it does. So I'll just do the 10,000. I'm asking for a loan of $10,000. Repayment period 28 days. Interest rate 23%. Daily installment $362. Do you wish to confirm your application? Yes. There we go. So we did it. We got the money. So that's good. Alright, so yeah, I can buy 2 more trucks, but I'm not going to do that tonight. I'll do that sometime in the future. Maybe I can let my friends decide what truck do they want. Yeah, that'd be cool. Alright. Trailer purchase, I haven't done that either. Oh, another thing that I haven't done is a recruitment agency, which is you can discover more agencies to have a wider selection of drivers to hire. Yeah, I haven't done that yet, but I'm gonna do that in the future. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to so yeah, I was playing for fun earlier. So this is Kansas right here. State of Kansas coming out soon. November 30th. That's right. Well, I guess I can do like a big delivery. Why not, I guess. And yeah, play until I get tired. But I'll let you know whenever the stream ends, unless if the stream ends on its own. Alright, so I'm gonna quit the game so I can play the videos, but like I said, you're not gonna see the videos, you can only hear them. It's a playlist. Where is it? Right here. Look at this. This is the original theme song for this show. Yep. Yeah, if you don't have the Yes Network, it's for people that live in New York. You can get it for free on ESPN app. That's right. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. So let's enjoy the best moments, or some of the best moments from the show, because today, like I said, it's their 21st anniversary. So yep, I'm gonna mute my mic right now, and yeah. So yeah, enjoy.
Michael K. is on the radio today, and he ain't afraid to say what he's thinking. It's the Michael K. Show. Michael K. talking New York sports from here on out. Call him up and give a shout. The lines are blinking. 1-800-919-ESPN. And every 20 minutes you get Sports Center with Don LaGreca. He's a heck of an anchor. Michael K. is on the radio today. Turn it up, it's time to get on with the show. On 1050 ESPN Radio. Michael K. is on the radio today, and he ain't afraid to say what he's thinking. It's the Michael K. Show. Michael K. is on the radio today. Turn it up, it's time to get on with the show. On 98.7 ESPN Radio.
It's not just the NFL, Jalen. But it's also the logo on the helmet, the whole thing.
Okay,
whole
I'll go
kit and
first.
caboodle.
Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys did not make the list.
Oh, come on. That's just Giants bias.
Well, no, wait, what are we talking about? All right, is that star iconic? Yeah. But you know what? I think that blue uniform they use is repug with the star
love
on
that
the
uniform.
shoulders.
Love
And I've got no love at all for that uniform as far as aesthetically pleasing. Is it classic? Yeah, but it's not in my top 5.
Well, I'm
Peter,
out.
Thank you.
you're out. Go ahead.
I know, I got to remember, because I know there are a couple I've heard you say that you believe are gorgeous. I'm actually going to, I believe you like the Redskins. I believe you have the Redskins as top 5 uniform.
I do not have the Redskins there at all.
Not at all.
Because it's also a very, very uncomfortable name and everything, too. I didn't really know.
Yeah,
how
I guess you
feel
don't want to
about
put that in. Although I will say, while it may be offensive, our logo is tremendous. Now,
I got one.
all right, go ahead.
I think I got one. Because I
Yes.
like this uniform. I like the colors. I like the whole kit and caboodle. Let's go Miami Dolphins.
I have the Miami Dolphins at 4. I'm with you, Michael. It's really nice with the aqua jersey. And even though they changed the dolphin, it's still a classic logo. And one of the really cool things about doing the Jets back in the day, you'll appreciate the story. When we used to do it way out in the parking lot, Greg was able to throw his muscle around and get a cart to take us into the stadium for the start of the pregame. In fact, one day, Woody Johnson actually jumped onto the cart, which was pretty cool. But one of the great things we got to do is we would pull in to the tunnel just as the team the Jets were playing were waiting to go on the field for warm-ups. So when you'd see that classic uniform up close, it really was just gorgeous and stunning. So I've got the Dolphins at 4.
I don't think you don't have any New York teams. I know that,
No.
right? No Giants, no Jets. They're a
No.
How about the San Francisco 49ers?
Don't have the San Francisco 49ers.
Interesting. Peter's
I'm
0
not
for
in love
2.
with the red. The 49, the logo is very plain. No.
I got one.
Yes.
As I like it. Again, I like the colors. Carolina Panthers.
Don't love the Panthers
No,
either.
I
think
hate
they
it,
could do
Trapug.
more
I'm
with
gonna-
the Panthers. I don't like the silver.
I'm going to throw one at you.
Yeah.
I love the colors. I think the logo's great. The Baltimore Ravens.
Thought about the Ravens because I do love the color purple, but I don't like their logo. It's very noisy with the
Oh, my God.
Maryland flag. Hey, listen, this is preference, Michael.
How about the Steelers? The Steelers is classic. You got to go Steelers.
Steelers classic, but just not in love with just the simple
No,
black
I got
and
one.
gold. Not in.
I got one.
Yes.
Seattle Seahawks.
I
Seattle
love it.
Seahawks number 3. And believe it or
Yeah.
not, especially when they
Terrible
wear the fluorescent green. But it's a great logo. It's a great color blue. I like how they incorporate the green. I got Seattle at number 3.
I think that's a horrible pick by you.
Thank you. I think, why don't you go traditional, Peter? Because Don's old. See if traditional works.
Let's
like
go
an
to-
old-time team.
No, let's go to an old time team. Maybe a team that appeared in the very in a very early Super Bowl. How about this year's Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs?
Kansas City Chiefs number 1.
Wow.
It is just a gorgeous
What
red.
can I
Am I
say?
wrong? It is a gorgeous red. It just pops, and you work in the yellow, I think, especially when they wear their home jerseys. But even the white, the red just pops with the yellow. I love the logo. It's classic. I love the Chiefs. I got it at number 1.
How about the Green Bay Packers, Don?
Not in love with the Green Bay Packers. Very again, it's a G.
What a joke.
Doesn't do it for me.
Hey, you know what? We'll stay in that division, though. How about the Bears?
No Bears. Just a C. Doesn't do anything for me at all.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, how about the Lions? Let's just finish out the whole
No,
division
I got
here.
no Lions. You want me to just round it out for you? Because you
No
just
Vikings
grasping
either, huh?
at straws. No, Vikings at 5. I love the color purple. It's classic. The horn, I think, is great. It has really been pretty much unchanged since they came into the league in 1960. I think it's a very underrated uniform.
You know what?
Vikings at 5.
Let's go through the R.J. Bell specials. How about the Bengals?
No bang.
Eagles.
No Eagles. This
What
is
a-
a classic, though, because it's got one of the best logos, I think, in sports, period.
That's the one that's left?
It matches the name, and it's the one team
Oh, the
that gets
Raiders.
this shade right, and that's the Oakland Raiders at 2, or I guess the Vegas Raiders is what we should say right now. Everybody tries to get that black to work for them, but nobody can match it the way they get the silver and black. And the logo is just absolutely classic, right? I mean, it's like opposite of what the Buccaneers had. It is the perfect Raider with the eye patch. It just works for what they're about, and everybody wants that black. The Falcons have tried it. Everybody's tried to get that intimidating black. Nobody's been able to match the Raiders. So I got the Vikings at 5, the Dolphins at 4, Seahawks 3, Raiders 2, Chiefs 1.
Beautiful job by Don on the daily list. Wow. First show that we've had all 3 of our segments in. And I think mine was the best.
For Donnie's top 5 list.
Strap it in.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Kay. Let's see what you got.
Come at me, nerds. Come at me.
It's the Daily Mike. Take it away, Michael.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
It's like when Pat Sajak took over for Chuck Woolery. Chuck Woolery was actually the first Wheel of Fortune host. Did very well. Don's done great. So we're going to start off with a Don-inspired list.
Okay.
We're going to go with the top 5 Don LaGreca rants.
So you went easy. All right.
No, but it wasn't that easy because there's been so many great ones. How many days, RJ, has there been without a rant?
We right now are, I believe, at 100 and I think 74.
174. That's over 5 months.
Yeah, 200. Here we come.
Unbelievable.
All right, so the top 5 Don LaGreca rants. Don, why don't you start?
All right, I will start, and I will say the fix that, look at this garbage rant would be, I think, number 1.
Well, I thought of that,
Wow.
but it did not make the top 5.
Wow,
Did
Peter.
not make the top 5.
Wow.
Well, I know. I'm surprised. I know one that did, and that would be Ed Kranepool.
Ed Kranepool is the number 1
Wow.
Don rant. Let's listen to some of it.
I bring up Ed Kranepool because poor Ed Kranepool came up when he was 17 years old, spent his entire career as a Met. When David Wright was breaking every offensive record, he was breaking Ed Kranepool's records, Michael. Ed Kranepool. That's your guy. That's your forever guy. Not Ruth, not Gehrig, not Mantle, not DiMaggio, not Berra, not Jeter, not Pettit, not Andujar, not Torreyes, not Judge, not Bird.
Not Bird.
Ed Kranepool.
That's number one.
Kranepool.
Number one. There you have it.
There's 90% of this audience right now that couldn't pick Ed Kranepool out of a lineup. If Ed Kranepool picked them up at the airport, they'd say, "Hey, dude, what's your name? Can you take me to Midtown? You played for the Mets? That's cool, man. When did you play for the Mets? That's awesome, dude. That's your forever player, Ed bleeping Kranepool."
That's number one. That's number one, Peter.
I'm very good, thank you. And I just love that when he's naming great players, he ran out of great players and mentioned Torreyes and Greg Bird.
Well,
all right, Don.
In the moment, Greg Bird wasn't.
Don, next.
How about the Matt Forte?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I thought of it.
Oh, my God.
But it did not make the list.
Wow.
Tell me who I'm going to take out. When you hear the whole list, tell me who I take
out. All right,
out.
I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing because you know what? Maybe I'm a little too close to it, you know? Because I got my personal favorites, but I don't know what resonates with everybody.
All right, Peter, you go.
I'm guessing you didn't include Smack Your Face Dead as a rant because that was simply him becoming dangerous and maniacal.
I thought of it,
dead.
but it did not make it.
Right.
Don.
I was thinking about the Jose Reyes.
Number two, Jose Reyes. Let's listen.
Before I rip and break this computer.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
We know Jose Reyes beat his wife. That's the difference. That's the answer. We know. We don't know if the World War II veteran did it, but we know Reyes did. We know Reyes did. We know Reyes did.
Number two.
It's honestly, it's more insane in retrospect.
Yeah.
Than I think any of us could have realized. It's actually alarming when you go back and listen to it.
Peter talked over the throw too.
Yeah. You have another one, Peter?
What about recently? What about Gil?
I thought about it. Didn't make the list.
Wow. These are some epic ones that did not make the list.
Oh, there's so many great ones. Don.
Now, these are only just Michael K. show, right? Because I had some great ones back in the day.
Well, you arguing with Nancy didn't make the list.
No, come on. I did do shows that had nothing to do with you, Mike.
I did notice as I was going through a lot of these, a lot of the rants take place when I'm not there.
Oh, so then the golf is garbage?
You know, I thought about it.
Wow.
But it did not make the list.
Now, the fact that Mark Teixeira was there like a scared bird, Peter, I think really made that rant.
Right. Understandably.
I was dancing around the studio, and Teixeira's like, what kind of maniac did I agree to work with?
That's right. He still says that.
Peter.
When you were at the stadium, Steve from Brooklyn.
Oh, yes, number three. Not at the stadium, at Citi Field.
Citi Field, sorry.
Let's listen to this. This almost was number one for a point, but I said Ed has to be number one. Let's listen to Steve from Brooklyn.
How is your life completely derailed to the point where you can actually have a playoff team that's won 3 in a row and your mood is being affected in a negative way because your home run hitter wasn't pinch hit for in the 9th inning?
That's
Steve,
right,
get your priorities in order, brother.
If he had a decent, kind heart, he would.
Brother, come on, take a look at the news. Watch the news for 5 minutes, Steve, and then tell me that your life is awful. You're a clown, Steve. I'm tired of the clown show. Tired of it. You've got a playoff team. You got a team that's won 3 in a row, and you're miserable because you love being miserable because that's what you're about. You're a clown, Steve. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of you wasting our time on the air with your clown shoe garbage. Tired of it. Michael might want to entertain it. I'm tired with it. Lose the number, Steve. Tired of it.
And he goes on to say,
Yeah.
I'm done with him. Steve is banned. And then ends it with this. He's a filthy human piece of garbage. That's how he ended it to a caller.
Wow.
That was number 3. Don?
Was I wrong? God, I just had one and it slipped my mind as I was
Wow, Don, this is
luxuriating into my past.
By the way, I got to tell you, if we get one more right, this has never happened. They've never all been guessed in sequential order, 1 to 5. If we get the next one right,
the Pythagorean theorem says.
You know, I thought about it, but it did not make the list.
Don cannot get one.
Guy's got one right.
No, I did. I got the, I don't know, what was number 2 again?
Reyes.
I got the Jose Reyes. God,
Can't
Peter, we've really run through some.
Peter, you want to bail him out here?
I can't believe Matt Forte didn't get it, didn't make it.
No golf is garbage. That's incredible.
Who are you taking out?
Well, we got to hear the other 2 yet.
I don't know. There's an article. Now, I'll admit I'm cheating. I'm looking right now. There's an article here on Bleacher Report at some point that said, shame on LaGreca for acting like this.
Wow. Should I just give the next 2?
Oh, I'd hate for you to do that. Come on. Well, let's get. Can you give us an era? Can you give us a time frame?
One is a football-based one, and the other one is an Islander-based one.
Football-based.
Oh, the Islander-based is Are You Watching?
Let's listen to number 5. Are you watching?
But are you watching? Yeah, I'm the one guy that is. He's lost it now. See? No, I'm just that's what drives me crazy. Don. Oh, you couldn't say Don. I respectfully disagree. I think this, and then we can get into a discussion. Are you watching? Yeah, I'm watching more Islander games than every single person on this floor except DiPietro.
I can't. That's the one you take off, by the way. You want? You
Are
said
you
earlier.
watching? He goes on more. We just cut it off there.
You said earlier, what's the one you take off? I think that's the one. Don, what do you think?
I mean, the ones. The golf is garbage, I think, is better.
You want to guess the 4th one?
What about?
That was 5 then, right? So 4.
That was 5.
Football. I've been watching it for 40 years. 40.
But that's the Pythagorean theorem.
That's the Pythagorean theorem.
That's got to be on there, Peter, right?
It's a shame that it's not.
Now, I did a lot of work on this. Don't question me. Give up on number 4?
What about Answer It? What did Answer It come from?
Answer It is number 4, Peter. Patriots Steelers. Let's listen.
Who's better, the Patriots or the Steelers? Who's better, the Patriots or the Steelers, dude? Who's better, the Pittsburgh Steelers or the New England Patriots? Answer the question. Answer it!
Right now?
Answer it! For God's sakes, 3 times I've asked you, who's better, the Patriots or the Steelers?
The Steelers. The Steelers right now, the Steelers are the better team. Anybody who watches football will tell you that New England this is a building year. They didn't even expect
goodbye,
that. Listen,
goodbye. Will you
have-
please hit the button, for God's sakes, Michael? I'm screaming at the guy for 10 minutes.
I thought you wanted to discuss it with him.
Oh, my God.
I got jumped there, Peter. That's what made that number 4.
I think that's the only one that was pre-Peter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that
Let's go over the top 5. Ed Kranepool.
Of course.
Right, Peter.
Number 2 is Jose Reyes. We know.
Peter.
Number 3, Steve from Brooklyn. I'm tired of the clown show, you filthy human piece of garbage. Number 4, Patriots Steelers. Answer it. Please hit the button. And number 5, are you watching?
Your face, Michael, during the video of Steve when Don's screaming in public at this restaurant. And
McFadden's.
Public or Jay's, because I'm sure no one was there at that time. And you're leaning forward, almost mortified as Don's losing his mind.
Yeah, there are times where Michael is clearly entertained, right? That was one time where he was not.
I mean,
No. I don't think that anything that I do there helps the cause. You become the transcendent star, the breakout star of the show. You become Fonzie on Happy Days. I sit back and let it happen. I don't betray it with my facial expression. I let you have the stage.
That's true. He does.
I did that with Peter, with the guy Ray from North Carolina, because the guy brought up some salient points. I just let him go.
Peter,
Thank you.
I think he did a great job. Did the work. I thought it was tremendous.
He did.
I think Look at This Garbage has to replace Are You Watching?
Yeah. Yeah,
Look at this garbage. Look at this garbage.
I think so too.
It's the Daily Don Show. He makes lists.
Take it away, Donnie.
All right, I'm happy with my lists every day, but sometimes I got to do some things to get people off my back and make my co-hosts happy, because ultimately that's what makes for a better show. So I think I've come up with something you guys are not only going to enjoy, but the audience is going to be fascinated by as well. Top 5 coaching press conference rants.
Listen, Don goes tried and true, which is dial up some great audio. It's like me with ENN. You know, when you need to get a surefire hit, that's what you do. And Michael's demanded he go first recently, so I'll jump in here and get started and just go with something that has to be top 3, or I'll walk out right now, and that would be Dennis Green.
Dennis Green, Cardinals, October 16th, 2006, after a Monday night loss to the Chicago Bears, is number 2.
The Bears are what we thought they were. What we thought they were. We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes a third game in a preseason like it's bull? We played them in the third game. Everybody played 3 quarters. The Bears are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown them. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
I miss him terribly. The late Dennis Green, number 2.
He was awesome.
I have number 1 for you.
Yeah?
Playoffs? Talking about playoffs? Jim Mora.
Well, it's not number 1, but Jim Mora, Colts, November 25th, 2001, after a tough loss to the San Francisco 49ers.
5 turnovers. One of them, we've thrown 4 interceptions for touchdowns this year. That might be an NFL record. That's pitiful. I mean, it's absolutely pitiful to perform like that. Pitiful. Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Now, I could have went with the
So
diddly
good.
poo when he was with the Saints, but I went with that Jim Mora, Colts, number 4.
I don't have a specific one, but this is coaches in general, correct? All coaches?
Well, they all I'll say all 5 are in the pros.
Oh, all 5 are in the pros.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you were going to go Coach Knight, weren't you?
Of course I was. I mean, even though that's considered sometimes simple assault, I was going to go Bobby Knight. Michael, is there another one jumping out in your mind?
No, not really.
This is going to take a little more work.
One of them is a local coach, and I wouldn't say that he was upset, but it's been classic, and it's really been attached to him forever. Especially when we get into the tanking conversation.
When we get into the tanking conversation.
Yes.
So it's a basketball one?
No, it could apply
football.
to the tanking conversation. Something this coach would say if Michael were to say that the Nets shouldn't try to win those games and miss the playoffs.
How
What would this coach say?
How about Herm Edwards?
Well, that's exactly who I was getting at. Herm
Wow.
Edwards with the Jets the day after a loss to the Browns, October 30th, 2002.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire. Get out. Because it matters.
Wow.
Herm Edwards, number 3. So you got Denny Green 2, Herm Edwards 3, Jim Mora 4, and I will give you a hint. Both are baseball managers.
Well, how about, I don't have an answer here, but how about Tommy Lasorda?
No, I thought about the Tommy Lasorda rant.
In Chicago.
In Chicago after Dave Kingman hit a bunch of home runs and the yo-yo PA announcer for the Yankees,
Paul Olden?
Paul Olden, who I have zero respect for.
Why would you say that?
Oh, my God!
You have some nerve.
I'll tell you the story. I'll do a Tales from the Crib about it, and you'll completely 100% understand.
I know what the story is. He didn't like the way you pronounced his name.
Anything local
You don't
here,
treat
Don?
people like that, Michael. And you know what? I was just an update guy. I was a lowly update guy working overnights that didn't have any standing in this business. Guess what? Tables have turned.
Oh,
if he ever said that to me again, I'd drop him on his head.
Wow. What exactly did he say to you, Don? Let's not skip over this.
He comes in. He's like, "You're pronouncing my name wrong." Because he was the play-by-play guy for the Jets, and so I was doing a Jet highlight, and I'm like, Paul Olden with the call here on WFAN. Jets win, whatever. He's like, "You're mispronouncing my name." I said, "It's Paul Olden." I said, "No, it's Paul Olden." I said, "No, I'm saying it the way I think you want me to say it." It's almost like that scene from Private Parts, WNBC. I said, "Right, it's Paul Olden." He's like, "No, you're mispronouncing it. It's Paul Olden. Paul Olden." He's like, "Say my name right. It's Paul Olden." I don't know what to say to you. All right, and that was when I was working overnights. If that were to happen now,
I was making an
face dead.
Oh, that's the best timing ever done. The best drop ever laid. That was the best RJ time drop of all time. Of either of these baseball managers, Don, is either local.
Don't talk to me that way.
Neither are local.
I have. How about Lee Elia?
Michael K. Lee Elia is number one.
I'll tell you one thing. I hope we get hotter than just to open up them 3,000 people that show up every day. Because if they're the real Chicago fans, they can kiss my ass right downtown and print it.
And they did.
It went on, Peter. I got to play. Go during the break. Do yourself a favor. A little gift from me to you.
All right.
Just Lee Elia rant during the break. Listen to the whole thing. It is exquisite. It is the best ever. Lee Elia, number one. That was April 29th, 1983, after a 3-1 loss to the Dodgers that dropped their record to 5-14.
Can I make a suggestion for tomorrow's list? Top 5 grudges held by Don.
Oh. I got to tell you, it would be a great list.
You know I'm right about Paul, and you have my back. I understand it's uncomfortable right now. He might even be in the next booth. But
3 booths down.
Listen, nobody treats people like that.
By the way, Michael, you want radio? Go bring him in right now. You want radio? Bring him in right now.
It wouldn't be social distancing. He'd have to be right here.
That's all right. I wouldn't. I wouldn't put him on the air. Number 5, we're still looking for. Number 5.
So, did you understand? I mean, do you understand now that you mispronounced his name, Don? That would cause some ire. If somebody called you Don LaGreca, you wouldn't like it.
I didn't mispronounce his name.
It would be more like saying, no, it's Don LaGreca. Don LaGreca.
I'm Don LaGreca, sidekick to Michael K.
Maybe I didn't say the name how he wanted me to say it, but I was never going to do that because I'm not
Paul
yo-yo.
It's
old. You don't treat people like that.
Top 5 grudges tomorrow. Tune in.
Pound the desk in front of me.
I got to tell you,
you never told me that point. He pounded the desk.
Oh yeah.
One more time, Don. What did he say?
I was making an face dead. Don't talk to me that way.
This gold.
All right, you guys aren't going to get 5. I'm a little surprised by Michael because this is a classic.
Wait, baseball.
What era?
Yeah, narrow it down.
I think it's Jim Leland, doesn't it?
Early 90s.
Jim Leland.
No.
Early 90s. Give me a city.
I'll tell you. I won't give you the city. I'll tell you. He played in the same city that he managed, and he was a good player, not a great player.
Was he a good manager?
No. And his son played. His son played in the league as well.
Cal Ripken Sr.
No, but that's a good guess.
Son played in the league. Bob Boone?
No.
Ken Griffey Sr. didn't manage. Son played in the league as wow. You got me.
All right, this happened in 1993, April 26th, after a Royals 5-3 loss to the Tigers.
Oh, Hal McRae through the phone.
7-12.
Hal McRae through the phone, yes.
Hal McRae, number 5.
Don't ask me all these stupid ass questions. No. In the all these questions every night. Find the I hit Brett Miller.
So Hal McRae, number 5. Jim Mora, number 4. Herm Edwards, 3. Denny Green, 2. Lee Elia, 1. That's my top 5.
You could have
coaching rants during a press conference.
Could have thrown in Billy. Billy threatened to dump Henry Heck in the
whirlpool.
In the laundry. Yeah, in the whirlpool, and then also laundry basket. And then in Minnesota, when Lou Piniella was managing the Yankees, I was standing next to somebody who had a microphone, and he got annoyed at the question and kicked the microphone beautifully out of the person's hand without touching the hand.
Wait, who did that?
Lou
Billy
Piniella.
Martin?
Lou
Piniella did?
Yeah.
Is there video?
Oh, I don't think there's any video, no, but it was one of the great athletic moves I've ever seen. Imagine kicking a microphone out of someone's hand and not touching a finger.
Well, so there's a lot of them. There's a bunch of Tortorellas I could have went to.
Oh,
These are
stop coaching,
5
Pat.
That I feel top. When he basically threatened Larry Brooks with violence, that was a great one too. I saw the video of that earlier. There's many, but I stand by this 5. So hopefully you were engaged and entertained by this one. I hope that made up for the last couple of days.
Oh, certainly did, yeah.
I thought that was beautiful. I don't think you had
Paul
anything to
Olden
make up
on
for.
line 2. Paul Olden on line 2.
What, am I supposed to be
I
scared?
would love to.
No, I just thought it would be good radio. The Daily Don Show. He makes lists. Take it away, Donnie.
All right, see what you think about this list. First of the week. Of the 4 major sports, top 5 sports venues still standing.
Top
And
5
yours.
sports venues still standing.
Yeah.
Interesting. Can I go, Petey?
Yeah.
I'll go Wrigley Field.
All right, Wrigley Field is number 2. Opened April 23rd, 1914, home of the Cubs and home of the Bears until 1971. Now, it doesn't have as iconic status because not a lot of championships were won by either team in that span, but still, oldest building in the National League, iconic building. Peter, Michael, and I got to see a Mets-Cubs League Championship Series game there, which was tremendous.
Oh, I remember.
Love that place, number 2.
Andrew
is all
broke a
sports?
picture at Ditka's.
Yeah, that's right.
He did shatter the glass. It was really uncomfortable.
It's not fair.
This is across all sports, Don?
Yes.
All buildings. Well, then, hey, let's throw out Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden made it at number 5. Oldest building in both the NBA and the NHL, believe it or not. Opened February 11th, 1968, home of the Knicks and Rangers. And even though it was reimagined a few years ago, still has the iconic spindle wheel roof, and considering its location and what they've dubbed the world's most famous arena, I have it at number 5.
Let's go Lambeau Field. Curly Lambeau Field.
Lambeau Field, Michael, number 3. Lambeau Field opened September 29th, 1957, home of the Green Bay Packers, the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. Tons of championship games there. You think of all the great players that played there, and, of course, Vince Lombardi patrolling the sidelines. Yes, iconic building,
Tom
still
Coughlin
used by the
face
Green Bay
cracking.
Packers. Number 3. That's right, Tom Coughlin almost getting frostbite on the face.
Okay.
So we've got Wrigley Field number 2, Lambeau Field number 3, MSG number 5. So we need 4 and we need 1.
Don, is there a hockey venue here?
There is not.
Wow, there's not.
No, Maple Leaf Gardens is still standing, but it's not used by the Leafs anymore.
Okay.
If you're stuck, Peter, I have the 2.
I want another. I want a second. So,
Yeah, and Peter, really.
I'd like to throw out Fenway.
All right. Give him a second. He gets number 1. Fenway
That's
Park
right.
opened on April 20th, 1912, the same day that the Titanic sunk. And even though the Red Sox didn't win a ton of championships after 1918, a lot of World Series games were played there.
Not to mention the last
46,
20 years have been pretty good.
67, 75, and then, of course, what's happened recently. Also, the Boston Braves played there for a couple of years in 1914 and 1915, and the Boston Patriots of the old AFL played there from 1963 to 1968. Fenway Park, also a place that Michael and I have frequented. And you've been there too, Peter, right?
Let's,
Number
let's
1.
round this out with the LA Coliseum.
No, don't have the
Really?
LA Coliseum.
And he didn't even think about it.
Why he didn't think about it?
Well, I mean, the thing is it's being used. Who are you taking out?
I don't know who you have in, whatever slot is open.
But I think number 5. I just think that there's a lot of big games been played there. It's not as old as the Coliseum, but you're in the neighborhood.
Okay. It's not as old as the Coliseum.
The problem with the Coliseum is that the Raiders were there, the Rams are there now.
Well, they're
and
not
most,
there
I
now.
think,
They
of its
have their
fame.
new- they're gonna
they're
open
going to
a
open
new
up a new
place,
place, but probably more of a college venue, more historically than.
The place we're looking for, Don, is still actively in use?
Oh, it's still active. And you know what? And Michael's been there. I've only seen it from afar. But I don't think it's really changed since it's open. You don't think about it, but it's been around a long time, and I think it's pretty iconic.
Boomer. Okay, Boomer.
I doubt this is it, but I'm just trying to think of any ones that we haven't thought of yet that are iconic. I'll throw out Arrowhead.
No. Arrowhead actually.
I think I have.
Same architect that did the Meadowlands Giant Stadium.
I think I have it. I think I have the answer.
Okay.
It is a beautiful day at Dodger Stadium.
That's right, Michael. Chavez Ravine, Dodger Stadium, opened April 10th, 1962. So you're thinking it's not that old, but it's pretty iconic. It's the third oldest building in baseball and the second oldest building in the National League.
Hello.
And Michael, you've been there, and obviously it's been updated slightly, but really it's kind of the same that when it opened, right?
It's gorgeous.
And it is a beautiful place, and the Dodgers are an historic team, and it's I think it's iconic, and I have it at number 4. So MSG number 5, Dodger Stadium 4, Lambeau Field 3, Wrigley Field 2, Fenway Park number 1.
It might be proximity bias, and I might have MSG higher. I don't know.
Wow.
I think over Dodger Stadium.
I would put Rose Hill in, Fordham's oldest.
Well, the reason I didn't go college is college really opens it up, right?
Hello.
There's a bunch of iconic buildings in both college basketball and football.
Cameron Indoor.
That's right. I mean, there's tons of them. Peter would not be happy with that pick.
How could he not, though? It's Repug, but it's Mupug. It's Mage and Repug. It's not often I say Mupug, but some things are that, and Cameron Indoor is one of them.
That's not something you just made up. That's actually a thing.
No, Mupug is an actual rating that exists. It's just
I think that's the first time you've dropped that on the K Show.
I think I've heard it.
As it was an important time. It was needed.
Yeah. I think it's important to have that word. The Daily Don Show. He makes lists.
Take it away, Donnie.
All right, gentlemen, if you're ready, top 5 New York sports team fights or altercations within the team.
Within the team, not against another team.
Not against another team, with their own team. Self-inflicted altercations and fights. Top 5 in not just New York sports history. I take that back. In all of New York. All of sports. Sorry. All sports.
All sports.
Well, out of market as well. It's not New York. I changed my mind. Early on I was going to do just New York, but I branched out. But New York is well represented. Don't you worry.
How about... I'll start because I want to. How about Strawberry and Hernandez on Picture Day?
Strawberry and Hernandez, Spring Training Picture Day 1989 is number 5. Apparently, Darryl Strawberry said, I only stand next to friends. And it was all caught on video. It wasn't that much of a dust-up, but still, to see Keith Hernandez and Darryl Strawberry lying on top of each other in fisticuffs, what was supposed to be a nice team picture during spring training, was very awkward as the Mets 86 team was beginning to start to show some strain. That would be number 5 on the list. Good job.
You said New York is well represented on the list.
Oh, New York is well represented. And I got the idea because it's the actual anniversary of one of the altercations.
It was one we just talked. What was the one that we just recently had a fight with a caller about on the show?
Not that I recall. No.
By the way,
and I will tell you that there are 3 that happen to New York teams, and 2 that happened that have a New York flair to it because the participants at once upon a time played in New York or would play in New York later on.
happened to New York teams. So shouldn't that be an obvious Knicks Heat conversation?
No. He's not getting it, Michael.
I got one. How about Goose Gossage and Cliff Johnson? Cliff Johnson.
I thought about that one. That was at the urinal.
Thought about it.
Didn't have it in the top 5, though.
Thought about it.
How about Billy Martin and Ed Whitson?
That's a good one, but I have another one. Another Billy.
Another Billy.
Sure. Remember, it's fights and altercations. Billy really wanted a piece of this guy. And it was on national television.
Billy Reggie in Fenway.
I got that at number 1. Reggie Jackson kind of dogged it out in the field, and Billy confronted him.
Well, now Reggie listens to the show. Billy thought he dogged it. Reggie doesn't think he dogged it.
I understand. But that's the way Billy looked at it. I'm kind of getting it from Billy's perspective. I'm sorry. And
fair enough.
So they got into it verbally, and then Billy had to be held back, which is not bad. He was 51 at the time. Reggie was 20 years his junior. Didn't stop Billy from trying to go after him and had to be stopped in the dugout on national television. Yankees Red Sox classic, number 1.
So we have 3 now?
Yeah, you got 5 and you got 1. So you need 4, 3, and 2.
Yeah, you have 2. Missing 3.
Yes.
Is this only during real games?
Only one of the 3 happened after a game. One happened at practice and one happened during training camp.
So that would be Geno Smith.
That would be Geno Smith, and that is the anniversary. It happened 5 years ago today when IK broke Geno Smith's jaw over what turned out to be $600. Number 3. Number 2, excuse me. I have it number 2.
So
he wasn't starting quarterback. It's
the 2 that are remaining, are they New York?
Later.
Or are these national?
Well, these both are national, but they
I got one. I got
New York flair to it.
I got it. How about P.J. Carlissimo and Latrell Sprewell?
Yeah, Latrell Sprewell's passes were not crisp enough for P.J. P.J. mentioned it to Latrell, and Latrell responded by basically trying to choke P.J. Carlissimo to death. That was on December 1st, 1997 during practice, and Sprewell, because of that, Michael, ended up a Nick. That's number 3.
How about the Jordan Will Purdue practice punch?
No, because that was kind of one-sided, and we don't have video footage. I will tell you, there's video footage of this 4th one.
There's no video footage of Geno.
No, but that's still,
Give us a sport for the last one.
Excuse me? The sport
Give
is
us
baseball.
a sport.
It's baseball. It's a manager and a player.
It's a manager and a player.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Lou Piniella, Rob Dibble.
Yeah, there you go. Number 4. Rob Dibble didn't pitch in a 3-2 victory over the Atlanta Braves. When Lou Piniella was asked about it, he said, Dibble wasn't available because of a sore shoulder. They went to Dibble, and Dibble said Pinella's a liar, and then the two confronted each other in front of the media in the locker room. The fight didn't last very long. Lou didn't stand much of a chance, but still, Lou had a lot of Billy in him, and Dibble had a lot of Reggie in him, and that turned out to be a nice altercation that turned out to be number 4. So Mets at picture day, number 5, Dibble and Piniella, number 4, Latrell Sprewell and P.J. Carlissimo, 3, Geno Smith and IK, 2, Reggie Jackson and Billy Martin, number 1. Top 5 altercations within
Beautiful. I love it.
Because he's a talentless hack. Honestly. Honestly. No, but let's call it what it is. Everything Skip Bayless has ever done, whether it's covering the Cowboys, whether it's writing books, whether it's being on television, anything he has ever done is to just be that guy. That's all he's ever done, whether it's calling Troy Aikman gay, whether it's just coming up with some outlandish counter-argument for why LeBron James isn't the best, and now doing this. He's got nothing, guys. Zero. And that's what talentless people do. That's why they're dangerous, because they're given a chance to find a way to go viral and to say something that is going to get people to talk. And it's fine to do it when it's stupid things like sports. But when you're talking about somebody's mental health, now you're out of line. This guy is human trash. Talentless human trash. Tired of him and people like him. Enough. Get a life, Skip. Go away. Period. I'm glad you don't work for our company anymore. And you know what? If you did, I'd say the same thing. Because it needs to be said. I'm tired of his hack, talentless act. I've known him. I've interviewed him 25 years now. Not an ounce of talent or integrity. He's a piece of trash. Period. I wouldn't even be, I'd be inconsolable, Michael, if my brother passed away under those circumstances. Inconsolable. I don't care if I'd be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys or president of the United States. And I don't think that would make me weak if I couldn't get out of bed if I lost my brother. I can't even conceive it. Can't even conceive it.
Hey, everybody! It's me! I'm back! And guess what? It's another Don segment!
We're doing the lists, Michael. I don't care if you don't like it.
The Daily Don!
I'll fight to the death for this list.
It's the Daily Don Show. He makes lists.
Take it away, Donnie!
All right, this is definitely personal preference, but if you know me, I think you should be able to guess on the 5, especially Peter. Top 5 old school sports video games. And when I say old school, I'm talking Nintendo and Sega.
All right, I'm ready to jump after this.
All right. Remember, this is me now. It's my list.
Are you
Don't
counting
throw ratings at me? I'm telling you, Don LaGreca's top 5.
Are you counting like different years of games or no?
I'm being specific with the year because there's a lot of them.
Can I please just have the first, because I only have one guess, Peter. Then
Go
you
ahead.
can do the rest. NHL 94.
There you go. See, I was going to actually say that Peter should get the first guess because this was such a layup, right?
But I don't have any other ones.
Everybody knows how much I love this game. Now, this was the first year in which they didn't have the fighting, but I don't care. It opened it up. It was fun. Had all the names of the players, all the teams represented. Just a tremendous, competitive, fun game.
And Don, do you see that for NHL this year,
they're
including in the new NHL the old NHL 94 style game as well with all the updated players.
And what I found out, which I thought was fascinating, Peter, is that, here I am growing up in Hawthorne, New Jersey, hanging out with all my friends, getting together, playing this game. Because when it first came out, it was just amazing. And we talked about the move. Corner cut in front of the goal.
Oh, yeah.
So then I started playing with you guys and getting into tournaments and everything, and they referred to it as the move. And then there was one time, I think it was, I forget who it was on the Washington Capitals. It wasn't Ovechkin, who scored in a similar fashion, and it was like all over the internet, the move. It was just universal.
It's that big.
It is so big, and it's my number one. Great job, Michael. Thank you for paying attention.
Thank you.
Let's keep it, I'm just going to throw it out there. I've never really heard you talk about it that much, but I mean, it's so important. Let's go Tecmo Bowl.
Well, I will give you Tecmo Bowl, but to be specific, Tecmo Bowl, Super Bowl 1991 is number 3 because that's when it opened it up. Super Bowl had all the teams. So everybody was
that's why because I like the play better in the original Tecmo Bowl.
I don't know. I think the play is very similar, and it had a lot of great things. Like if you put Lawrence Taylor, and you couldn't kick a field goal because you just put it on 56 and you block every field goal. It had a lot of Jimmy switches to it. You could take your quarterback, go all the way in the end zone, throw a 100-yard touchdown pass. But it was fun, and just the fact that it included all of the teams. Tecmo Super Bowl number 3.
Mike Tyson Punch-Out.
Yeah,
thought about it.
I did because it was a good game. But I enjoyed that. I'll see if you follow me, Peter.
Hey, listen to my Mike Tyson podcast.
I found it to be a better video game in the arcade than at home, so I left it off the top 5. But a great guess, Michael. Good thinking. Good pull.
Thanks.
Stop humoring. Let's go NHL hockey for Nintendo.
No.
Blades of Steel. Okay, come on. Don't embarrass yourself.
Blades of Steel, Nintendo 1988 is number 4 on the list.
Blades
because it incorporated
of
fighting. It was. I mean, obviously, it looks ridiculous now, but at the time, it actually felt like close to actual gameplay because all you had to go by was Hockey for Atari, which was completely ridiculous. And it actually tried to have teams like it had Chicago and New York and Toronto, so that made it kind of fun. Blades of Steel, and that also with the great moment in La Greca history. And this is why our project together is going to be tremendous when we finally launch it in the fall. Is my brother figured this out. He's up 1-0, right? Wins the face-off and then just spins in a circle I can't get the puck from.
Oh, yeah.
Then we go to the third period, 1-0 Dave. He wins the face-off and just goes into a circle. And I'm freaking out because I can't catch him. And then what does he do? Breaks from the circle, scores, makes it 2-0. I actually picked up the Nintendo and threw it against the wall. And that was Blades of Steel, and that is number 4. So Blades of Steel 4, Tecmo Super Bowl 3, NHL 94 is 1. So I need 5 and I need 2.
No, I got nothing.
Now, one of them I have said many times that Michael should be able to get it, but definitely Peter. It's such a juxtaposition for how I feel about this sport.
Yeah, I believe it's college football. I think you like a college football game. No, it's not NCAA for EA?
No.
Again. You love golf. You love PGA. I don't know the year.
Well, I will tell you because it's a great job by you. Number 5, PGA Golf 2 for Sega, 1992. So you got to play, in Sawgrass, all the great legitimate courses. I felt the gameplay was really good, and it was very competitive and a lot of fun. And you, Pete, Michael, you went up against the Fred Couples of the world, the Sattlers of the world. It was actually, for that time, a lot of fun. PGA Golf 2, number 5.
We down to 1?
We're down to number 2.
We're down to 1, which is 2.
Please get it in a hurry, please.
See, this is why you don't want to do the list, because this is what Michael does.
This is why that's why I was trying to engage him, because we're 2 seconds away from not having top 5s anymore.
Right, exactly. All right, so we have a golf. We have, we don't have a football.
Rick DiPietro just texted me. I'd rather have Nick do a list than this one.
Oh, you know what? See, and Don, this is why you can't trust Rick.
You know what? I'm not going to continue. Let's move on and take the calls, because now we've completely lost Michael. I'm never going to be able to do this again. Rick is a piece of trash. Because you would think that he'd actually have fun in this, but he continues to suck up.
Is it salty, Rick? Is it salty? How does he taste? How does he taste, Rick? God,
if you're a professional hockey player, you're on a tremendous show with chemistry, get your nose out of its ass for 2 seconds, for God's sake. It's ridiculous. It's inhumane. Peter, it's inhumane. I don't know the angle. There must be an angle we don't know. There must be. It can't be to suck up for gigs, because the guy's got money. It can't be to suck up to try to keep his job. He's not getting close to getting fired. What's the angle? What is the angle? Does he pay you to be nice to him? I don't get it. It's sickening. I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of it.
Rick just texted, tell Rob Ryan to settle down.
Oh, see.
No, I'm not even going to get. You're never going to know number 2 now.
I want to know if it was NBA Jam.
No.
NBA Jam.
No, I'm not. That's it. Don't guess anymore.
Madden 92. But Don, the worst part about this moment.
Meanwhile, if Michael did his toenails on the air, Rick would want a 30 for 30 of it.
Toenails need to be cut.
God, I'm embarrassed for him. You don't hear Canty doing that.
And you would think, Don, this subject in particular, because Rick's younger, and athletes love video games.
He
did
guess along. He guessed at the beginning. He's the one who gave me the Mike Tyson one. But it was dragging on a bit. I got to be honest with this, because when the list is just totally about what Don likes, then everybody else is kind of left out.
What is it called, Peter? Remind me.
The Daily Don. It's called the Daily Don.
God, when you're not interested, you can't even play along.
But you know what? When I'm not
interest on this show, do you know how many times? Like 80% of the time.
You're not interested in stuff I talk about?
We're talking about. You'd never know.
You never know. You never know, because you're a professional.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm trying to channel what our listeners are thinking. They don't care about this.
Who's they?
The listeners.
Which listeners?
Oh, you need names?
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying.
Listing video games from 30 years ago to me is not compelling.
But I'm saying right now, if you were to take a poll and say,
take a poll.
Excuse me? I'm just saying, if you did, that's unfair. Because every time we go into deep, hardcore numbers on baseball, I don't jump out and go, I bet there's 25% of people who do not care. Now, your number may be higher when it comes to video games, but my point is not everybody loves everything. How dare you tell us what our audience likes? You don't think our audience likes sports video games?
Not that many of them.
Come on. That's just...
Hey, rightly or wrongly, when you take a poll, people seem to generally like me.
People love you.
Right. Well, and one of the reasons for it is I think they have like the same sensibility as me.
That's right. Don's the everyman.
They kind of think like I do. They feel like that these are the things that they enjoy. But
I think you really hurt Rick's feelings for no reason.
Well, no, for every reason. For every reason.
Should we ban Rick?
Never. But I really don't. I need him to sit me down and explain it to me, honestly.
How about he just likes me and I like him? There's nothing in it for either of us.
It's unhealthy. I mean, you can like each other. I love you. I love Peter.
Thank you.
You think I'd be sitting home and like sucking up to you?
First of all, people don't go out anymore. He's got 3 little kids. What do you think he's doing?
This is pandemic only. He was doing this way before the pandemic.
You know what? It's a great point by Don. The pandemic has nothing to do with this. There are some people who say he cut his hockey career short.
You know what? Rick just makes a very salient point.
Of course he did.
He said they made a movie about this list. It's called The 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's what it sounded like.
Oh, that's he's doubling down. I can't believe this. I really can't. Oh, this is sad. This is a sad day. I don't know if Don and Rick recover from this.
I really don't care anymore. I got enough people. I should be trying to eliminate people, to be honest with you.
I've been telling you that. I've been telling you that.
Maybe Rick's the person,
ironically. Rick's going way before the Stark brothers.
I never said anything about the Stark brothers. What are you bringing names into it for?
Yeah, but you've criticized them before. You've implied that they're ne'er-do-wells.
I have not implied that.
I'm too busy reading all the tweets of people loving the list.
So, well, of course the people that love the list are going to tell you they loved it.
Oh, yeah, because Twitter, they never tell you they don't like something, right, Peter?
This is a good opportunity for a poll.
My friend Matt, who I went to college with, a lawyer, he said, this is a good point. Could this list be considered taking a knee? Don does approve of taking a knee.
No, it was sports-related and culture-related. It was, a lot of people love it. RJ, run up a poll, please. Did you enjoy Don's sports video game list or think it was a snooze? I want to know.
But I'm not saying, people are saying that the Daily Don is great. Yes, the Daily Don is great, but there's occasionally a clinker in there. This was a clinker,
no, it's a
whatever.
Clinker because it's something you're not interested in. You only care about things you're interested in.
You absolutely
one of the best
ripped
top
my wrestling one.
Was the wrestling one, which got so much reaction, and I had so much fun doing. I don't like wrestling, but I enjoyed how into it Peter was, and I was able to get some guesses because a lot of them are culturally relevant.
And Michael,
if you're not interested, you're out. That's the way you are on
Rick
stuff.
now has a new nickname for Don. He calls him CBS Don.
No, see, this is just, now it's getting worse and worse.
This portion of the Michael K. Show on 98.7 ESPN is brought to you by PC Richard & Son. PC Richard & Son now celebrating their 111th birthday. PC Richard & Son. Shop safe, shop local. Do you want to give number 2 before we break for RJ Bell?
Nope.
It's only right for people that were following and enjoyed it.
Well, it's your fault, so blame you.
Please give us number 2.
I would like to know. Don, for me.
RBI baseball for Nintendo.
I wouldn't have gotten it, to be honest. People loved RBI. I wouldn't have guessed it, though.
Another list tomorrow.
This is the Michael K. Show podcast. Listen live weekday afternoon starting at 3 on 98.7 ESPN in New York, the ESPN app, the TuneIn app, or on your smart speaker.
Hey Alexa, play 98.7 ESPN.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. The road to WrestleMania has a stop at Madison Square Garden tomorrow night. Some tickets are still available on Ticketmaster. And, of course, WrestleMania coming up April 2nd and 3rd in Dallas. And we'll be streaming live around the world on Peacock. It will feature, among many things, a title versus title winner-take-all match between the Universal Champion Roman Reigns and this man, the WWE Champion, Brock Lesnar. And Brock, we can't thank you enough for coming in. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Now, you have a big match tomorrow at the Garden. I'm wondering, you've been in this a long time. Do Do you still get nervous? Do you have to go to bed early tonight? I mean, what's your preparation for this?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat some Cheerios tonight, gallon of milk, and a stick of butter.
Ah, nice.
Is that your usual? No, what will you do for dinner tonight, Brock? Because you don't come to New York that often. What does Brock Lesnar do on a night in New York?
I'm gonna go have a steak. That's what I'm gonna do.
I was going to say, I'd imagine a steak.
Yeah.
Do you have one steak? Well, you don't want to tell people where you're going, but do you have one place you like to go, or you get a recommendation and just do it?
I do, yeah.
You got your spot.
Yeah.
By the way, I want you to know I just ordered, did not come yet, but I ordered my bearded butcher Brock Lesnar
Did you? I
blend
got
spice.
some in the car.
Oh, really? That's okay.
You go get some. Go get some for me, brother. Thanks, man.
But I'm interested, Brock, though, as a guy that grew up in the Midwest, lives up in Saskatchewan. Does Madison Square Garden resonate with you?
I like coming to the city. I do, like, once a year. No, but I do. I enjoy it. I hope things are just get normalcy, right?
Yeah, I think it'll feel pretty normal tomorrow.
Yeah, it's been a crappy couple of years. I think people are just ready to be alive, right? Yeah. I'm ready to be at the Garden. It's exciting for me.
You don't know who you're facing.
I don't know who I'm fighting yet. Like, my opponent, Bobby Lashley, got injured, and so I got a hunch maybe that Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman are going to show up.
Well,
my big rivals.
I was going to say, do you have any concerns about Paul setting a trap here?
I'm going to have some eyeballs in the back of my head tomorrow. Okay. That's for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Brock, does it bother you? Does it hurt you? Are your feelings hurt that Paul was such a big part of you for a long time, and now he's on the other side?
Yeah, it does. It does. Like, when we first started talking about all this and how I was going to come back to the company, and so it was just kind of weird not having Paul and like finding out, well, I can do this. Like, I got enough confidence now, and it let me be who I want to be. My character is just me,
Well, I got to tell you, Brock, I want to get to how you met Paul, because I think you guys have a fascinating history and relationship. But I got to say, I recently said this on my podcast. It's 2022, and the best man on the mic in the wrestling business is Brock Lesnar.
Oh, man, thank you.
Listen, I am telling you, you are one of the most entertaining parts of TV, and I'll also be honest, I never expected it. Did you expect to be this good at being on the mic?
Not a clue. Not a clue. Like, I still, am out there, and I'll be going through all these things before my music hits, and I honest to God don't know what I'm going to say. I just go out there. I know I got bullet points, and I'm just being me, and that's I think. And at this point in my career, I can just be. I don't have that. I don't want to screw up, because I really don't care if I screw up, because this is me. People screw up, and I'm just going to go out there and be me and do my thing.
But doing that, do you look at it as a necessary evil, or do you actually enjoy doing
it? I enjoy it. I'm having a lot of fun. I had fun. I have a passion for this business. I believe that I was born in the wrong century. Like, I should have been, I'm a gladiator or a Viking or something. Because I'll wake up and be like, where am I? But I'm enjoying this a lot.
Now, you actually, Brock, people must know, fans of wrestling do, that you were a Viking. You were a Minnesota Viking. You left wrestling to try your hand at professional football. How much do you love football? And you did play, I believe, in exhibition games. You didn't make the regular season. What did that mean to you to get that far?
It meant a lot. I mean, for a country kid out of South Dakota, could have, my path to nowhere could have happened very easily. I could have just, but I had a passion for just being. I knew that I had bigger things. I used to dream when I was a kid, I just want to get out of this town. I want to get out. I was feeling like something was pulling me out. I was bigger than something else, and I feel very fortunate.
Were you physically bigger? When did it start setting in that you're, from an athlete standpoint, you were more than just a kid who was going to do some high school athletics?
I think the work ethic. No, I was a skinny, gangly kid. Graduated high school. I was 6 foot 197.
Wow.
And a late bloomer kid, but just about when I was 13, 14, pounding the weights and wanting to just be get big. So, no, I was a late bloomer. And being a Viking, that was great. I played football in high school, and then who gets a chance to play in the NFL on the preseason? I mean, that's crazy.
You were 25 when you tried out. Do you think if you did it earlier, committed more to it earlier, that you could have made it?
I think so, but I figured out one thing very quickly in the NFL, that I was out of my league. Like, I was out of the league. Like,
Too fast?
No, I mean, to be able to learn the game and play and have a feel, it'd have been like taking some of them football players and stepping on the wrestling mat with me.
Right.
I'd have made them look stupid. And there was days I felt like really stupid.
Because there's so much to learn. There's so much to know in football.
A lot.
Like there is in this business, though. And this business is a little bit different, right? You can't be sort of trained for it. You can, but there's certain things you just have to learn from experience. In those early years in WWE, when you were becoming the next big thing, who were some of the people who really pulled you aside and said, hey, kid, you got talent, but here's what you need to do?
A lot of people did for me. I don't know, I always had this, I don't know what it was, always an approachable personality, like just for the willingness to wanting to learn. I never was scared to go ask a stupid question. And I never, you know what I mean? I just never did. I didn't care if I got the answer no. I just didn't care. I want to know. Will you watch my match? Yeah. Or will tell me how I can do this different. If they told me to screw off, so be it. But I've always been coachable, always. I didn't get this way by, just paving my own path. I was always eyes wide open, ears wide open, and if my mouth was open, it was asking who, what, why, when, where. That was it.
And your original, I mean, when you go back and watch the beginning, when you first got there in the early 2000s, you really worked with everybody. I mean, you have been a star since the very beginning. You had stories with Hulk Hogan, you had stories with The Undertaker, of course with The Rock, the big match at SummerSlam. And then we're coming to WrestleMania. Okay, April 2nd, April 3rd. And again, Brock Lesnar's here, and he will be at Madison Square Garden tomorrow night. A few tickets left at Ticketmaster. But we're a month out from WrestleMania. I've never heard you talk about your first WrestleMania, Kurt Angle. And Michael, let me just explain to Michael and Don, who won't know. At the end of that match at WrestleMania in Seattle in front of like 70,000 people, Brock attempted a shooting star, which is a move off the top rope where you jump in the air and do a complete inverted flip to land on top of the person. And of course, Brock is an absolute giant, so when he did it, the whole world collectively held their breath, and then he essentially landed on his head. And it was pretty terrifying. What was that experience like, and how did you finish that match?
Well, that was foolish on my behalf, and you get people, producers and people from higher up in the company that they always want this WrestleMania moment, and this would be, fantastic, and so I practiced it the night before. I was doing it in Ohio Valley Wrestling when I was being trained in it, so I'm a 310-pound man, 6'3", doing a front backflip off the top rope and landing on my opponent and winning matches. And so Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, bless his soul here, but he said, you don't need to do that, stop doing that. And thankfully I didn't break my neck or anything like that, but I shouldn't have done that move. I finished the move, I had a concussion, or I finished the match, I had a concussion. But thankfully I didn't. That was the worst of it.
Were you completely out of it? Because you had to hit another F5. Kurt comes and picks
Kurt
you up.
Yeah, Kurt helped me through. Kurt was talking to me, saying, hey, but Kurt should have just rolled me over and pinned me. He should have just said, hey, that's
you know what?
That's enough, kid.
That's my title.
Yep, and just went off script.
Now, obviously, the WrestleMania, the big thing is going to be you against Reigns, but you might not make that match if you lose tomorrow. So is there pressure on you tomorrow?
Oh, I'm winning tomorrow. There's no
no doubt.
I got this close to this. They could put the whole entire army in front of me tomorrow, and I'm winning tomorrow. But that's just the bottom line. We got to go out there and do what we got to do, right?
Mm-hmm. And there's a different kind of energy. I say this, Brock. I don't know I can't remember the last time. I was probably there when you did a house show, a non-televised at the Garden. But there's a different energy about the non-televised shows at the Garden. They're special.
Absolutely. And like I said, I'm excited to be in New York. I'm excited to be at the Garden. It's a big thing for the company and big thing for Vince McMahon. This is where it all started for him and his dad. And so this is just great. I love seeing the world coming alive again because I'm glad. I'm hopefully we're past.
Yeah, I'd really love to be on the other side of this and have a full capacity WrestleMania. And
absolutely,
yeah,
it's exciting.
Now, do you know, Brock, that you're sitting in a studio with the former 24/7 champion Peter Rosenberg? Did you realize that?
No.
Yeah,
I was once.
Wow.
I once hit R-Truth with what's an appropriate way to say the
microphone?
No,
right in the groin.
No, it was one of these. And got a quick cover there for. Listen,
Attaboy.
The thing, we're both champions, Michael. That's the thing about me and Brock Lesnar.
That's why we're in here together.
That's why we're together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you, Michael J. Now, shouts to R-Truth, who's a fantastic guy. Now, is there anyone left for you that you really haven't gotten to tell a story with? Because I mean, it's been everyone, man. You and Cena have done amazing things together. You've really, you and Randy have done great things. You've worked with pretty much everyone. Is there anyone out there that you still get excited about the prospect of working with?
I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but I'm excited for this match. Anything that I think what's special about what we're in right now is that people can feel the passion. Getting back to Paul and Paul Heyman and Roman.
Yep.
But I'm not there yet. I don't sit at home and because I'm deeply invested in
this Roman thing.
Yeah, what's in front of me and like I said, tomorrow this is gonna be a surprise for me. Maybe Bobby shows up tomorrow. I don't know, or I don't know what's gonna happen. Or maybe Roman and Paul show up. I don't know.
Now, how much would it mean to you though? Because this is being billed as the biggest match in WrestleMania history. Title versus title, winner takes all. How much would it mean at Jerry World in Dallas, nearly 100,000 people, especially after this run where, Brock, I think the crowd's always been fascinated by you, but I think the crowd loves you more than ever. How much would it mean to get to hold up both titles in front of 80, 90,000?
To unify that, to be able to do that, I mean, that's what's at stake here for me. And to throw it into Heyman's face and Roman. These guys they've been really getting under my skin.
I think they've done terrible things to you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Michael, go ahead.
I'm just curious about the Paul Heyman connection. You're from South Dakota. He's from Scarsdale. How did that happen?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm German. He's Jewish.
Yeah.
What the?
How did that friendship start?
It just started. I got called up on the road from Ohio Valley Wrestling. I was a prospect in developmental down there, and they brought me up to live events, and I think Paul was part, on something to do with the creative team. And Paul just seen me sitting, taking it all in the stands one day, and came up and introduced himself, and we just sat down and had a connection.
And I think this is something that has to be said, because I think it's one of the coolest things about your story. And correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm speaking out of school, but Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, the on-camera connection, is very similar to the full-time life connection. No?
Yeah, I mean, he's a dear friend. I mean, in real life, a backstabbing friend right now.
We know them all.
Yeah, I think we all have somebody like that. But I mean, yeah, it's developed, and I don't know.
Now I've got questions that I'm really curious about off the wall. You're a massive dude. Is there anything in life that you're afraid of?
No, I'm not even afraid of dying.
Really?
No.
Please, I am.
Wow,
Tell me why you're not
talk
afraid.
to Michael.
I'm deathly afraid of dying.
He fears it constantly.
Why?
Because there's nothing on it. There probably is nothing there after that.
Well, great.
No, it's not great. You don't exist anymore.
I mean, I've lived a complete life. I'm not scared to die. I would be disappointed for my children, but No, not even deaf.
Intimidated? Have you ever been intimidated by a person?
Never.
Like, do you realize how nuts that is, though, Brock? As you don't know what it's like to see another man that makes you go, oh, this guy is not someone I want a problem with.
No, I just don't. Like, I've never.
87 Tyson.
Maybe when I was younger, maybe like a kid, but the senior in high school, maybe.
Right.
Not as a grown man, no.
Never. Wow.
Now I know that you're quite the carnivore, and that we have that in common.
I'll take it back. Like last fall, like I did get a little spooked by a bull moose.
Wait, what happened? Hold on.
I got charged a little bit in the bush and by a bull moose.
And what did you do?
Well, for a second I got a little flustered. But then I contained myself and I shot him.
Did you eat him?
Yes.
Delicious?
The moose meat's the best.
So you're a carnivore, like I am, but I have to take pills for high cholesterol. Do you have high cholesterol?
I don't.
Oh my goodness! You got the best of both worlds.
Yeah. I got a clean bill of health, and knock on wood.
Yep.
And I had to go through diverticulitis, quite a few years back, and then just up my fiber intake. So now, for every pound of meat, I got to eat 2 pounds of rabbit food.
So what's a day? What's a Brock normal day back in Saskatchewan? What's a regular day of eating for you like?
Well, eggs, bacon, and taters in the morning.
Sounds great.
Yep.
Literally.
Some coffee.
Yep.
That's my start of the day, and then for lunch it's a moose burger. Yesterday it was jalapeno cheddar pork burger.
Ooh.
For dinner was a prime rib out of my smoker that from a beef that I butchered.
God, this man is living life.
Yeah.
This is life you're living right now.
Yeah, it's just, and then I got to get my salad in there.
And then you have the salad.
I eat my salad.
And how much working out do you do during the course of a regular day?
I hit a couple hours a day.
Couple hours a day.
Yep.
Cardio too?
Everything. Yeah. Yep, everything. It's some days I've had the same trainer for 16 years too. So he knows my body, he sends me my workouts via email. I just pound them out.
Do you follow any other sports, Brock, that you're a fan of?
I'm not a huge TV guy.
Okay.
I never have been. Honestly, I don't. I haven't. I tuned into the Super Bowl. Didn't catch the halftime show.
You missed Snoop and Dre.
I know, and but I did go back and watch watch it on YouTube. But I don't watch the UFC.
Even when you were competing?
Even when I was competing, I'd go back and watch some of my film, but I never sat down and I can't honestly say maybe I've only rented a half a dozen pay-per-views.
Wow.
All time.
Have you ever watched Seinfeld or any really legendary shows?
Yeah, Seinfeld. Catch a little bit of Friends once in a while.
There you go.
There you go.
Who's your favorite friend?
Is it Monica?
There you go.
There you go.
Well, we have our best quotable from this interview. That you're a Monica guy. I never knew you were a Monica. So what do you do on an average Saturday night? Like when the night ends and you're done eating your delicious prime rib, what do you do?
I'm a music guy.
So what are you listening to?
I sit in my bar with my trophy room with all my animals that I've acquired over the years. Light a fire, get a big fire going, and then we just jam the music.
What kind of music?
All kinds of music.
You're all genres.
All genres.
Rock, hip hop.
Anything, yeah. Anything that gets my toe tapping. Yep. My shoulders rocking.
Do your
Brock,
kids
do you
like?
ever
Do
think?
your kids like wrestling? Do they enjoy when you're wrestling?
They don't watch me.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, yeah. I just don't bring my work home.
Wow. You're just dad.
I'm just dad. Yeah. I'm just Farmer Brock and Butcher Brock. Like on a Saturday, when I get home after the garden tomorrow night, we're gonna butcher a cow.
That's exactly what I was going to do tomorrow night when I get home.
My kids, they're my deboning machines. They're my little workers. Like I give them sharp knives. They're 11 and 12, and just go.
And they know
down.
what to do. And they.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah. And then I'll do some snowmobiling, some ice fishing.
And you're a kill what you eat guy, though. The meat that you eat is the meat that you kill, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's pretty admirable.
Brock, do you ever think about how long you want to do this?
No, because when I was younger, I thought, I want to retire when I'm 40, and I actually retired when COVID hit and my contract was up in 2020, I think. So full circle, Brock Lesnar story started. I had my first pro wrestling match in Hamel, Minnesota, in a garage in front of no people, and 20 years later, am the WWE Heavyweight Champion of the world. Have my wrestling match in a warehouse in front of no people.
Wow.
So 20 years full cycle, full revolution. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm out. My contract was up, and then.
What happened? So what changed your mind?
Cha-ching.
That changes a lot of minds, bro.
Yeah, right? So then I didn't. My whole life I've been wearing a flat top. Crew cut, grew my beard out. I had one beard when I fought in the UFC, and but I said I'm just gonna let it all go. And then last summer, before any of this evolved, it was so hot. I'm like, I'm gonna cut my hair, so my kids cut my hair, and then they were like, oh, we're gonna give you a mohawk. And then they go, I bet you won't wear a ponytail. And I was like, I'm not gonna lose a bet to my kid. So I wore this look that I got, and it wasn't like a mastermind of nothing. It was a joke.
Right.
Here I am.
And now it fits with this character.
Brock Lesnar, the big-ass joke.
Yeah. Well, by the way, you did it a few years ago. The first time you acted goofy on TV was when you held up the briefcase and started treating it like a boom box.
Yeah.
And that's like a gif now people love on Twitter. So I could see then that you like to have fun, but I guess I'm just so impressed and taken aback by how comfortable you are on the mic. Like the first time you announced yourself without Paul, and you took the mic and you introduced yourself the way Paul normally did, I went, oh my God, he doesn't need Paul. Like he's taken the ball and he can now run on his own.
Yeah, that kind of just unfolded right there too. Like
really?
Yeah, I'm not a good get my verbiage kind of guy and memorize it. So I'm just a bullet point performer.
Do you think that people sometimes, I'm curious, I can only tell you about my experience. Do you think people are intimidated to come up and tell you when they need something from you?
Oh, probably.
Like if you're a PA at WWE and you're supposed to ask Brock to do something, I imagine that's a scary thing for people to do. They don't think that you would respond the way that you seem to be in real life.
Well, yeah, probably so. Probably so. But I'm a good time Charlie kind of guy, but there was an old saying, and we had this guy. I can't even put a name to the face, but he says, "You treat me right, I treat you right," and that's just kind of how I've been. You treat me right, I treat you right.
I got to tell you, Brock, it's been such a pleasure having you in, and thank you for spending so much time with you. I know there's so many people who are looking forward to this, and you've been great. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, guys.
Oh, and before we say goodbye, can I get that seasoning? Let's take a look here at the Bearded Butcher. This is the Brock Lesnar blend. What is this made of, Brock? This spicy?
Man, we got all kinds of goodies in there, but it's a salt-based seasoning, and this is a blend that I really wanted it to just go on everything, and I put it on my potatoes, my eggs.
Oh, so you can really use this thing on anything?
On anything, I do, and I appreciate plugging it. I didn't even bring that along.
You know what?
I appreciate that.
I know you're passionate about it, and
it's a passion. Yeah, I'm a butcher and fool. I love getting into my butcher shop and just being at peace.
Can you use this on brisket?
Absolutely, it goes on everything. But I actually enjoy it, and I'll tell you the most I enjoy it on is chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm a steak guy, but I think it complements chicken really well.
Well, I'm going to bring this home to my girlfriend. She's going to be excited to use this. And Brock, tomorrow night, Madison Square Garden, he does not know who he is facing, but he will be defending that WWE Championship and hoping to avoid a roadblock on the road to WrestleMania. Brock, it's been a pleasure, man.
Thanks, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Brock.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be back right here on Yes and 98.7 ESPN.
Thanks for listening to the Michael K. Show podcast. Hear more of Michael, Don, and Peter live weekday afternoon starting at 3 on 98.7 ESPN in New York, the ESPN app, the TuneIn app, or on your smart speaker.
Hey Alexa, play 98.7 ESPN.
Don, how's everything?
Good.
Okay, Michael, I've been listening to this thing about Yankee fans and Met fans from you and Don now for a long while, and I'm really sick of it. Let me give you an example of a real New York baseball fan. It's me. I've been a Yankee fan for 67 years, since 1955, when my father took me to Yankee Stadium. We sat in Toots Shor's box. You remember Toots Shor, the famous restaurant?
Yeah. Sure.
In Manhattan? Yeah, okay. And I even worked for Toots Shor's when I was in high school and college. But anyway, going back, I fell in love with the Yankees because of the stadium, their uniforms, their players, and their tradition. And I've always loved the Yankees. They were my first love. But in 1962, my father got tickets to the Polo Grounds, where the Mets opened up, and we went to a Met game. And I enjoyed watching the Mets with the veterans they had and Casey Stengel. And then I eventually ended up working for the Mets at the Diamond Club because I lived in Corona when they built Shea Stadium. I don't see, is this Russia where we can't root for two New York teams, my city? One is in the National League and one is in the American League.
Oh, but
and
now
I
they
want to
played.
see that.
What did you do in the World Series in 2000?
Let me finish.
No, we gave you plenty of time. We got your
You
bio
didn't give
and
me
everything
enough
else.
time.
Okay,
You
John,
talk too
appreciate
much.
what time you got, all right?
Yeah,
Give me a break,
okay?
for God's sakes.
No,
Now,
give me a
I
break.
can't retort. You got to go on and on about your
John,
life and where you
who did
worked
you
and where
root
you
for?
grew up and
Who
your
I
father's
root
name.
for?
And
Who
give me
I
a
root
break
for?
already.
The Yankees and them. What's wrong with voting?
but John,
I
who
just
did
don't
you
think
root
you're
for
a die in the wall.
2000 World
We're a Yankee
Series?
fan if you're rooting for the Mets, too. You can do whatever you want, John. It is a free country, but I have to question how big a Yankee fan you are if you're also a Met fan. That's
I'm a
all.
huge Yankee fan.
Not
for
really.
57 years.
Kinda.
Yeah,
a little
you
bit.
should talk. The guy who
Not
rooted
really.
against this team for the Red Sox last year. You know, Don, you're full of crap. You don't know about baseball.
Oh, my
Sports.
God! You're also ignorant, John. You're boring and ignorant. Very bad combination for sports radio. Stop it, all right? You seem like a good guy, but then you lost it because you can't take it, all right? You can't dance with the big boys. That's the shame of it. Lose the number. All I'm saying is, I'm tired of like these people that go on the K-Rod cast and when the Mets are good, they're making these tours. Big Yankee, big Met fan, diehard Met fan, and then I got to hear stories about how there was a time they were also a Yankee fan. They're in different leagues. They're not in different leagues anymore. They played each other in the World Series in 2000. Pick a team. But God, I got to give you time. You basically, John's bio. I got his whole life. Little back and forth. No communication skills. Can't speak the language because without dropping a four-letter word. John, goodbye. Don't get in my face. You can't handle it. You don't have the education to.
He never answered
Lose
the one key
yourself.
question. You can't root for both teams and then root. Well, who are you rooting for in the 2000 series? You've got to be devastated if you're a Met fan that they lost in 2000. But if you root for both teams, there's no devastation. And what John didn't want to go back and forth.
Yeah, because
So when he went to Yankee Stadium for the first time in 19, you also rooted for the Dodgers. Sorry, I grew up in the Bronx. We would have fights on the streets with each other, our friends, Met fans, Yankee fans, going back at each other. That's the beauty of it. But you sit back in a lazy boy and say, I like them both.
Okay, can I just offer what I think could solve this entire conversation? Isn't it in the semantics of how they describe their fanship? If they were not to describe themselves as either the words diehard, hardcore, or huge fan, if they removed those words, said I love baseball, and I'll tell you the truth, guys, I'm a fan of both teams. Do you have a problem with that as long as they don't claim to be a diehard of either?
That's all I'm saying. That's all
That's
I'm
it,
saying.
right?
You could call up and say, I'm just a big baseball fan. I like both teams. Like, all right, I'm not going to think you're a very passionate fan if you can root for two teams equally. But you can do what you want. But don't come on the air. I've been a Yankee fan since 1955. My dad told me I love the uniform. And then you tell me about how then in 62, when the Mets, by the way, lost 120 games, all of a sudden now you're going to share your allegiance with two teams. Stop. And this whole, I want to root for New York. Yeah, were you rooting for the Dodgers and the Giants in 1955?
You root for the Jets and the Giants, too. All the teams root for the Bills. They're from New York, apparently. That's all I keep hearing every time we bring the Bills up. But don't tell me you're a diehard. That's just what irritates me. Hank Azaria is the guy that makes a tour. Big diehard Met fan. Then I got to watch on national television last night that he had his Yankee period that apparently lasted from 1977 to 2000. That's one heck of a period.
Wow, there's a lot to unpack here, Peter. He
got me mad, man, because then he starts attacking me that I'm full of, and he can't even stop from swearing. Go gardening.
Wow.
All right? Go trim the hedges. Lose the radio.
You know one thing, Peter? He's now supplanted you as somebody who doesn't like the old people.
I know,
No,
I didn't like him.
He was a nasty old curmudgeon. He didn't even say hello to me.
What was he saying about the Red Sox? What did I do with the? He was saying something.
I don't know. Last year you rooted against your team for the Red Sox.
I did notice he didn't say hello to you, Peter.
No, he didn't say hello to me. He's a bad guy.
I don't think he's a bad guy.
And he lost the argument.
No, he swore. That makes you a bad guy.
Potentially.
Really? So the fact that I never said the F word, that doesn't make me a good guy.
No.
We'll be back with more.
There's no way they could go a full 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever the show is inland, and there's no way they can not mention us. They can't do it.
I mean, I've got to throw this out there. Is it the fear that this show is now on the rise, and that show's kind of going in the other direction lately? And it seems to tie into ever since they lost RJ. So there's a lot of like personal shots being taken over there. And even RJ, who's a fantastic producer there, is a fantastic producer here. It seems like it's a little personal at this point.
Going in the other direction.
I don't feel comfortable with this at all. Well, listen. If shots are going to be taken on that,
yes, Raymond.
And I've stayed quiet. I've been respectful, and I love Don LaGreca. I love Michael Kay. I even love Peter Rosenberg. They're all great guys. But I think it's getting a little personal over there. And if I'm going to keep taking shots, maybe they should take a couple as well.
I'm uncomfortable. I'm recusing myself of all of
this. You guys know where I am. I love it, Ray. I'm right behind you.
You can't hit a softball, but you just treat the show like a piñata.
That's right.
All right, so a couple of things here. First, Dave is playing the role of A. White, because that's what he does well.
Right.
I actually have a different theory on that. And Rick DiPietro is a true friend. True friend, what he did.
Well, true friend.
Ray Santiago made a comment about ratings and the way the show... Wow. Do you realize, Ray... Let me look with this camera right here. Ray, give me the one shot. Do you realize, Ray, that all I'd have to do...
Oh, no.
All I would have to do is make one phone call, and you would be on the unemployment line.
Oh, my.
You have the nerve to say something like that about this show? One phone call, which I am considering making, and you will be fired. Do you realize that? So, and here's another thing. Management that's listening, I am never talking about that show again. If that's what that guy's going to do, I have no use. Let them do what they do. We'll do what we do. But remember, Ray, I am really sitting on the fence right now about getting you canned, opening your mouth when you shouldn't have. Am I...
to know how you feel about the Jets quarterback situation. Should they
ESPN on YouTube for live streaming, sports, and premium content.